Or even try to school ya. Oh no. Ooh. We've got the mind of our own, so go to hell if what you're thinking is not right. Ooh. Love will never leave us alone. I end the darkness, they must come out alive. Could you be loved and be loved?
Oh, yes.
Could you be loved?
April 7th, 2015. We are live. Heart to Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, broadcasting live from Washington, D.C. Right now, I am in the state of Maryland, sitting back, relaxing, rejuvenating, and re-healing myself as I come back live with our show, Heart to Heart Healthy Living, information for healthy living. I'm Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. I am not a medical doctor, licensed medical doctor, but I am here to assist you with conscious self-health care. The arc of self-healing and self-help, health education for longevity and peace, is a health, wellness, maintenance organization for disease prevention. And we will celebrate the 5th annual Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day Self-Care Awards celebration program, April 30th, 2015. It will be simulcast live on Interlight Radio. We will be streaming live with a host of many special speakers will be joining us that day as we share with you information to enlighten you, to assist you with moving from disease care to conscious self-health care. I have designated April as Conscious Self-Health Care Awareness Month. The question becomes, this month, how are you taking care of your human being self? Yeah, your human being self. What are you doing differently for your well-being? Maybe you stopped taking medication. Maybe you said no to a surgery. Or you just said no to a negative diagnosis. And you decided to shift your energy and practice conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation view is essential for your success. During this 5th anniversary celebration, y'all know how we do it. We celebrate someone in the community that are doing wonderful things to assist us with expanding our awareness, helping us raise our consciousness, and helping us receive information to assist us with expanding our awareness even more. So this year, we will celebrate the legacy and life of Jamal Gogi. He is the founder of Interlight Radio. We will celebrate the accomplishments of Brother Jamal during this month of April and honor him at the Conscious Self-Health Care Awareness Program, April 30th. And we invite you to join us in congratulating our Brother Jamal, host right here, programmer right here, also founder and helper to everyone that broadcasts on Interlight Radio. We're so excited to honor Jamal with the prestigious Community Visionary Award of the Year this year. The theme for Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day is return to self-love, self-care, creating a new relationship with self. April 30 is Emancipation Health Day, earmarked as Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day. This day is one of self-awareness, predicated on how one consciously take care of one's health and heals one body. It is the brainchild of myself, Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, bioenergetic practitioner, non-secular science and medicine, established this day, April 30th, 2011. Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day was created out of the need to re-educate and remind individuals of the powers they possess as divine beings born with the birthright of pure health. And we invite you to join us this year for our live streaming broadcast program right here on Inner Light Radio, Thursday, April 30th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Again, we will have several keynote speakers joining us on this day to enlighten us with new information. Today on Heart to Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K, my special guest is Jim Turner. He's the chairman of Voice for Hope and Citizens for Health. My second guest joining us today is Dr. James Oshman, world-renowned expert in energy medicine. They are here to discuss some new information with us and also to announce that they are going to be having a special program this month in Washington, D.C. Voice for Hope, Healers of Planet Earth presents Health on the Hill, Technology, Healing, and Education Fair in conjunction with Hope on the Hill, April 20th through the 22nd, 2015. It's going to be located at 201 4th Street, Southeast, Washington, D.C. It's free admission and all is welcome. So we have a lot going on that Monday, that Tuesday, that Wednesday. We're going to break all that information out for you today as I share a conversation with Jim Oshman and Jim Turner. So what we're going to do at this moment, we're going to take our first commercial break, and then we're going to come back and start the conversation.
Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease? Whatever your symptoms or diagnoses are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain, not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.celllife.com.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Once again, you are tuned into Heart to Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K, Karen Khadija Davis-Foulks from Washington, D.C. And joining me today live right here on Heart to Heart Healthy Living is Jim Turner and Jim Oshman. I think that I'm going to have Jim Turner share with us for a moment and share with us about Hope on the Hill. And then I have a quick question for you after you do that, Jim. Introduce yourself and Hope on the Hill organization to us.
Okay, I'm Jim Turner. I'm an attorney in Washington, D.C. I've been here at this firm for 41 years. We've been working on advancing natural healing of one kind or another. Got acupuncture needles actually approved by FDA in 1996, one of our high points, and worked on getting the Organic Food Production Act through Congress. And a major other set of initiatives built around the premise that the natural healing, natural living community has a set of principles that are very valuable to looking at our own way of living. And as you talk about conscious health, it's the same set of concepts. And we believe strongly that if the natural healing, natural living community can bring its insights that it's learned from working with individuals in the public and learning how healing actually takes place. If we can bring those insights into the political process, we can begin to heal that process. And so, as you said, this next on April 20, 21st, and 22nd, that'll be, I think, in it's a little over a week, about 10 days from now, or I guess about 2 weeks from now. We'll be having training for people to come. People come to Washington. We've had about 200 meetings on Capitol Hill so far. We'd like to get another 25 or 30 in during this session. We'll have a keynote set of talks on Monday evening with Jim Oshman, who's on the program here, and Steve Levin, who is a back surgeon who came up with observe the fact of what he calls biotensegrity, the notion that back surgery and other surgeries, actually the way we do them, are counterproductive in a lot of the instances that we do them. He's going to talk about that. And then I'll be sort of moderating that. The next day we'll have training for people who come to Capitol Hill about how they can meet with the staff of their home congressperson and explain natural healing, talk to them about the fact 50 to 75% of the people in their congressional district are using one or more natural healing modality, and that generally there are people who feel alienated from politics. They don't feel strongly attached to politics because no one is articulating those ideas. Then we set up meetings with these individuals with their congressional office so that they can go and talk to the staff there and discuss natural healing principles as part of a national health policy. And what we learn when we do these meetings is almost every single individual we talk to, after 5 or 10 minutes, wants to know about some natural method for healing some ailment that they or a member of their family has. These meetings are very healing in their own right. And then on Wednesday, we have a discussion of that whole experience, and people take away a lot of knowledge and insight, and then specifically the assignment to go and become connected with the local congressional office in their district. And when they have their meeting on Tuesday, they ask for the name of an individual in the district office who is interested in working on health questions, and the job is to become a part of that person's thinking. So when they want to know what to do about health care in the district, they get interested they include natural healing. And we also offer to set up tours for the member of Congress in their district to see clinics and schools and other institutions that use modalities of natural healing. The point is that across the country, natural healing is making huge inroads into helping people take care of themselves. It's built around a number of premises. One is the innate intelligence of the body. The body heals itself, and natural healers help it. We bring that concept into the congressional offices by talking about the innate intelligence of the body politic, that individual people in congressional districts really understand a great deal about living, and particularly if they're working from a natural healing, natural living point of view, they can actually enlighten their members of Congress. We also talk about biochemical individuality. Everybody's unique. In fact, we think everybody's politics is about as unique as their fingerprints.
Mm-hmm.
We put all this together and say to the people in Congress, and this is also, we do this for state legislatures, there is a real opportunity here to work for your district and use principles that will help you overcome the partisanship that's existent currently and come up with some really good common answers. That's the Voice for Hope story, quickly. Are we still on?
Well, I might as well, since nobody's talking, I'll just say...
I think I was on mute, James. I forgot that I was on mute. No, I was listening. Jim Turner, how long have Hope on the Hill been doing this?
About 2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yes.
And Has the participation increased from the practitioners in different states over the past 2.5 years?
Every time we've added a new batch, and we have people who communicate with each other, and we have folks who are meeting. We've had several meetings in Colorado where one of our key leaders is situated, and we have consistently altered people's view of politics when they've gone through this process. They suddenly realize that there are ways other than pure confrontation to be able to create movement and insight among the leaders of our political leaders in Congress.
Okay. So is it still an opportune time for someone now this hearing that want to be a part of speaking up on the
Yes, they can go to the website, Voice for Hope. Google Voice for Hope. You'll find the website, and you can sign up, and it'll give you the instructions of how to get to Washington and where to go on Monday, and what can be expected. And they can also call the people who are putting things together. Their names are there as well, and you can also call me.
Wonderful. You are listening to Jim Turner, attorney he's chairman of Voice for Hope, and he's sharing with us about the event that's happening April 20th, 21st, and 22nd in Washington, D.C. Voice for Hope, Healers of Planet Earth presents Health on the Hill, Technology, Healing, and Educational Fair. Now, I know on Monday from 1 to 5, that's free admission. Presentation, products, and practices by wellness and health professionals can enhance mental and physical performance, reduce stress, and help you to look and feel your best. We seek offerings relevant to members of Congress and Capitol Hill staff or to the public. For program details or to exhibit, please contact Judy at 202-257-2556. That's contact Judy at 202-257-2556 if you're interested in actually sharing your profession with the staffers on the Hill and the public that attends this event. And that's Monday from 1 to 5 p.m. That's one of the first things.
20th of April, right.
Okay, the 20th of April. That's one of the things that's going to be happening on Monday. And then from Monday from 6 to 9, there's a dinner. And you were just talking about Dr. Steve Levine, and you're going to be hosting his talk. And you said that was on back. He's a back surgeon?
He is a back surgeon who has developed the concept of biotensegrity, which says that we're structured much differently than conventional physiology argues. And he's had great success in getting across new healing modalities in various kinds of, particularly back surgery, but others.
Mm-hmm. And so this is that's again Monday from 6 to 9, and that is for a supportive donation of $15. That's wonderful. Great opportunity for people to come, and we have so many people that are now showing back injuries from youth all the way up until our seniors. And so having a new technique to assist people with is going to be wonderful to share that opportunity with people. And so then on Tuesday, you have another event that is actually when you go on Capitol Hill. Is that correct?
In the morning we do training, and then from noon on we go up to Capitol Hill, and people who have signed up, we make a personal appointment in their congressional congressional person's office.
In their congressional person's office. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. I just have one question for you, Mr. Turner, and that is, what is the role of the FDA?
What is the role of the FDA? Is that the question?
Yes, it is.
The FDA was designed to ensure that there are two things that the FDA's law says it's supposed to do. One is to prevent misbranding, and the other is to prevent adulteration. Those are the two things. It has, over the years, it was the first agency was created in 1906, and then in 1938 the law was changed, and the earlier law was abolished, and a new law, the Food and Drug Act of 1938, passed Congress and created a a huge amount of power for the FDA. It's probably the most powerful police agency that we have. And it has consistently worked to increase its power and become, it is the umpire in the whole food and drug and devices area. And you will not be able to do any kind of food, drug, or device manufacturing and distribution without complying with FDA rules. And unfortunately, the rules that FDA applies are very, very crude and insensitive, and really need to have a great deal of overhaul and oversight. I wrote a book in 1970 when I was working with Ralph Nader called The Chemical Feast, Food Protection at the Food and Drug Administration. And it was an expose of how badly they apply the law, and unfortunately they have continued to do that. They're mired in old concepts and ideas that pretty much have outlived their time. Jim Oshman, who's on with us, can talk a little bit about some of that. And they're just far behind what we really know about health and healing. But they have huge amounts of power. As I say, they're probably the most powerful regulatory agency in the government. That's a police agency. It's a police department.
Yes.
I don't know if I've answered your question, but
no, you did. You did. Thank you. You did very well. I appreciate that so much. And for those that you are listening in, if you would like to join the conversation, you can call in to 310-928-7733. That's 310-928-7733. 7733. You can call that number and join the conversation that I'm having with Jim Turner and Jim Oshman, and you are listening to Heart to Heart Healthy Living with Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, non-circular science of medicine, and I am happy to share with you information to allow you to expand your awareness of conscious self-healthcare. We say there's a new model that's needed in healthcare, and we say that's conscious self-healthcare. The body heals itself, and the more that we learn about energy and that we are energy, we'll be able to assist ourselves, expand our awareness, and not be stuck in the old paradigm of beliefs and value system for disease care. We're going to take a station break, and we're going to come back and hear from Jim Oshman. Thank you for tuning in.
Feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K. 202-248-7749. Visit the website forcelllife.com. The number 4 CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation. 202-248-7749.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. You're tuned into Heart to Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K. Having a conversation with Jim Turner and Jim Oshman. We're talking about the event that's happening in Washington, D.C., the Technology, Healing, and Education Fair, in conjunction with Hope on the Hill, April 20th, 21st to the 22nd, 2015, right here in Washington, D.C. Yes, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And this month is Conscious Self-Healthcare Awareness Month. It's time for you to sit back and ask yourself, how have you been caring for your human frame, and what can you do to shift your energy, to expand your awareness, to make your life a little bit better for yourself? And so Mr. Oshman, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm fine. It's really wonderful what you're doing here.
I'm so glad to have you back joining us. It's your work that has assisted me with doing my work, and I look forward to all the information that you put out and share because it only expands what I'm doing in my consciousness even more. So, Jim, please share with our listening audience a little bit about yourself and what you're going to be doing at this event on the 20th through the 22nd.
Okay, well, my name is Jim Oshman, and I'm a biophysicist. I have an academic background, and at some point along the road, I became very interested in so-called alternative medicine. We now talk about complementary medicine and sometimes integrative medicine. And for some 25 years, I've been looking at the scientific basis of these techniques, especially interested in energy. And what you do, Dr. Karen, is very important in alerting people to the fact that they have within them vast resources to take care of themselves and to take care of health issues when they come along or prevent them from happening. So this is a very important reminder for people, and I talk about the details of this. One of the things I've been working on, for example, is connecting us with the earth. And this means, and we can't do it quite yet until it warms up a little bit, but it means taking your shoes and socks off and walking barefoot on the grass, which is a very healing thing to do. And the reason is that the earth is a great source of electrons, of electrical energy, which is the ultimate antioxidant. And so, just as an example, one of the things we've discovered in our research, and I've been working on this for close to 15 years, and people have known for a long time, many people know that it feels good to go barefoot. I mean, when the summer comes and you start planting in the garden and you get out there and get your hands and feet on the soil, a lot of people notice that that feels good. And also, when people put their tootsies in the ocean, you're really connected to the earth, and it's really good for you. And one of the things, the important things, probably the most important thing we've discovered, is that connecting to the earth lowers your blood viscosity. And that's very important because elevated blood viscosity is connected with cardiovascular problems, the number one killer in the world. And people don't realize, they don't know, that just taking their shoes and socks off can be a great boost to their cardiovascular system. The blood thins, and you can feel better, and all of the symptoms of cardiovascular disease can be kind of reduced just by that simple fact. So I'm interested in, and what I'll talk about is simple things that people can do without having to go to the university or without having to read the books, that will help them in their daily lives. And what we're looking for, as you can imagine, is people living a long and happy and comfortable life, and to a nice ripe old age.
I hear that because you know what? Most of my listening audience know that my mother made a transition in August, and it's been a very trying time for me and things that I had to do. And what sustained me mostly going through what I went through with all that I went through, considering the way that my mother made a transition in the hospital, which I'm still working on today. One of the things I did do was I do go withinward because I understand how the body can heal itself and that our thoughts have a lot to do with that. But Jim, I stayed outside even in the coldness of times, put my feet on the ground, because you just don't realize just how that moving your feet across the grass, I mean, I'm telling you, it just relaxes your body quicker than you can do it your own self. And so that is a very true feeling. And I stayed with the energetic practices that I use to assist myself. And so, Jim, I wanted to ask you, your background is so in the science, both conventional medicine and alternative medicine. So what do you see happening at the interface between these two seemingly different approaches to healthcare?
Well, one of the great things is that alternative medicine methods are getting more and more respect. That's happening because people are having, good news travels fast. And when you've had a serious ailment for a long time and you can't seem to get anywhere with it, and your doctor has tried everything and nothing is helping, if you can look around and connect with an alternative therapist, and it might be an acupuncturist or a massage therapist. We used to think that massage was something, for somebody who wants to be pampered. Well, it turns out that massage can be very beneficial if you have joint problems. One of the things that is very important, I think, is for people to realize that often you don't have to have a joint replaced. Joint replacement surgery is expensive, dangerous, and it doesn't always work that well and can create other problems. And so if that can be avoided, it's a very good thing. But people don't realize that a massage or an osteopathic treatment or any of those chiropractic, all of these methods, alternative methods, can be very helpful for your joints and can often restore a joint that the orthopedic surgeon says has failed. Well, it has failed for a reason, and it's not hopeless. So that's a very important message, and the energetics and of course tensegrity is something that Steve Levin has been working on for a long time. Jim Turner mentioned biotensegrity, and this is a profoundly important method, and it actually has applications that can help you for example, get your spine, get your back health restored. So this is an exciting event that's coming up, and I really appreciate all the work that's gone into getting us together.
Spine health is so important in terms of supporting all your organs. So when your posture is great, your spine is great, the organs in the body process better, you feel better. And oftentimes people leave chiropractic care out of their care. And most oftentimes it's related to how well their body is structured. And that's very important for people to understand and realize that. Right, Jim Turner?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's structure is one of the most important aspects of health, which is almost completely overlooked in our pharmaceutical chemistry-based world. The way that the energy that we use is structured into our body and into our lives and into the things going on around us has as much to say about how healthy we are as the actual shape and dynamic of what we're doing at any given time. Structure is crucial, and it's overlooked almost completely in our current medical system.
So that's the exciting thing that's happening, is that people are discovering that energy and energy methods are very successful and can really help them out when they get in trouble.
Oh, yes.
And integrative medicine is exciting because it takes the best of Western medicine. I mean, integrative medicine has room for drugs and surgery, but it also has space for alternative methods which have the advantage of treating the causes of disorders rather than the symptoms. And pain, people are eventually taught to realize pain is a message from your body that you have a problem that you need to deal with. And our conventional approach is to shoot the messenger, to take a painkiller. And there are other approaches that are smart to do. And chiropractic, massage, energy therapies, acupuncture, and so on, all these methods, and I look forward to meeting some of these therapists on Wednesday, which is, which day? It's Wednesday,
I think,
the 22nd, the workshop on the 22nd. And one of the great things that happens at these workshops is that people who have been suffering with a problem for a long time will get to meet therapists who know exactly what to do about those problems. And when that happens, I get very happy.
Yeah.
Because, to live out your life and carry on the things that you want to do, you really need to feel good. And these people are about helping you to feel good. And so are you, Dr. K.
Yeah, you got to feel good, and so I've been a pioneer certified Nest Health Wellness practitioner for about 9 years now. And my motto is just get radical about your health. I mean, Nest has a wonderful total wellness system which allows medical and alternative health practitioners to quickly and easily restore clients' health using a proprietary 4-step process. We reassess with Nest Provision, we regenerate with the My Health, we reimprint with Infoceuticals, which is information, and it's a wonderful system. And we're having our conference coming up in May. And any practitioner out there that's listening that want to join the revolution with us with Nest Health and understanding Provision and My Health device, you can visit Nest Health, NES health.com, and get more information on that, or you can call me directly. My website, forcelllife.com, the number 4, CELLLIFE.com, or you can go to consciousselfcare.com with one S, connecting conscious and self. And so there are many therapies, energetic products, new informational tools that is here to assist everyone. And so we just want you to come out, expand your awareness, step out of the dark ages of disease care and open up, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Honor the divine being that you are. I'm telling you, for those that have been out there, you've been suffering for so long and your doctors are telling you that there's nothing else they can do, there is something that you can do. And if you come out to this event, if you're in Washington, D.C., the Technology, Healing, and Education Fair that's being presented by Voices for Hope and Health on the Hill, again, that's April 20th through the 22nd, 2015. It's a free admission. All is welcome. Monday from 1 to 5 p.m. That's when you can meet all the presenters and the modalities they will be sharing with you. Then you have Monday from 6 to 9 p.m. You have the dinner and the speaker. And then Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. you can go out there and you can lobby and talk to your congressperson and share with them your concerns and how you care about your health and what you'd like for them to do to help your district out even more. And then, Jim, you're featuring a wonderful workshop that I am totally looking forward to on Wednesday from 1 to 5 p.m. for a small donation fee of $50 to support this event. You're going to present an interactive workshop designed to help your practice as well as your own energetic systems. Learn about the scientific mechanisms that enable your therapist to have the effects they have so you can explain to your happy clients. Be among the first to have new information soon to be published in Energy Medicine, the Scientific Basis, 2nd edition. So what can we expect in your new book, Mr. Oshman?
Well, my new book, it begins in the preface. I make a promise that if you read the book, you'll be able to manage your own energy system and really take better care of yourself. And then the last chapter, chapter 17, is a lot of detail about precisely how you do that. And some of the things I advocate are grounding or earthing, as we talked about earlier. I talk about essential oils. Aromatherapy is very powerful and very important. Do you do aromatherapy, Dr. K?
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, it's an amazing tool, and its science it's about frequencies. Yeah. These substances, which come from the earth, they're from plants and minerals and so on, are extremely powerful, and they can help you in ways that you can't imagine. So I've been very impressed with that body of knowledge. I talk about minerals, importance of trace minerals, and the general theme of frequency medicine, of obtaining the right frequencies Sound therapy can be very valuable. Listening to music can be extremely powerful in helping you to heal, and so on.
Yes,
devices like the My Health is quite an amazing tool that you're expert in now, I think, and very good thing to learn about.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited. So looking forward to the conference this year. So we're going to take a station break, and we're going to come back and continue sharing heart-to-heart healthy information for conscious self-health care living. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Great to be back on the air live, sharing with you this information to expand your awareness and increase your well-being.
Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal healthcare prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified lenthologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes? And those genes do not control your biology. Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forselllife.com. The number 4, the words cell, CELLLIFE.com.
That's right, family, community, and friends all over. Come on, get on board our friendship train. We're going to help you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Yes, I say it's time to step up out of the dark ages of disease care. You know, it's all this new information is out here, and just hearing about it makes you feel good, knowing that you have an opportunity. And that's what I'm doing here on Heart to Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K. And our guest next week is going to be Dr. John Bergman. He's a world-renowned chiropractor, and I'm telling you, Dr. Bergman brings it to you straight. Dr. Bergman's YouTube channel, where he touches on every so-called disease, which is truly just a cellular malfunction. And once you understand how your cells function and how they malfunction, you will probably decide to let go of pharmaceuticals. That's what I'm all about. Having you stop taking pharmaceuticals or never ever taking pharmaceuticals. And I look forward to my conversation with Dr. John Bergman on next Tuesday as we continue to share information to help you emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery. Again, this is our 5th year. We're celebrating. We are honoring Jamal, the president and founder of Inner Light Radio. He is the 2015 recipient of the prestigious Community Visionary Award of the Year. And we are so excited because, look, we're here, right here. The healing frequency is how we're sharing this information internationally around the world because of Brother Jamal's foresight, his insight to wanting to have a station where we can share conscious information with you. And so I'm so excited to be honoring him. Again, you can call in and share with us if you like. That number is 310-928-7733. I'm speaking with Jim Oshman, world-renowned energy expert. And then we're talking to Jim Turner, attorney, and he is the chairman of Hope on the Hill. Gentlemen, we have a question that came in, and this question is from David. He said, can the guest talk about that after effects of sports medicine? How can these guys have all of these leg and joint surgeries and keep on playing? Something has to happen to them after their careers are over?
Yes, this is a huge problem. It turns out that your most famous athletes who have done amazing things in athletics, when they retire, often they're racked with pain. And sometimes you see them on TV, the old-timers, and they can hardly walk. They hurt. And there's a reason for this. They have been battered in the process of their sport, and they get a quick treatment so they can get back into play again to keep up the game, keep the game going, and they have actually an inflammation begins that doesn't get resolved. And this is one of the reasons that earthing or grounding and connecting to the earth is so important. These guys really need to sleep connected to the earth, and there's a way to do that. There are sheets that you can put on your bed that are electrically conductive. It's so simple to do this, to put a sheet on your bed that has silver fibers running through it that connect to a wire that goes out the window to a rod stuck in the ground, or you can plug it into the grounding outlet in your electrical system. That's very simple, and it can really help resolve these old inflammations that happen because they just had quick treatments to keep them going. There are things that can be done for joint surgery, recovering rapidly from joint surgery. So there's a lot that can be done, and it turns out that some of the leading athletic organizations, the athletes are, in a sense, valuable property, and they want to take very good care of them. And a lot of these organizations are alternative medicine extensively to keep everybody healthy and keep them tuned up so that they don't have injury.
Oh yeah, I'm going to take that advice. My nephew is leaving Florida State and he's turning pro, and I want to give him all the information I can to assist him with all that information that be going on in the body. But Jim, everybody has inflammation. Is that the seat of it all?
Well, we all do. We've all had bumps and bruises. One of the really interesting things is that body workers like massage therapists and golfers and others who and chiropractors and so on, when they rub your body, they find little lumps, and those lumps are old bruises or inflammations, and they will melt away. And it's really important to have this work done. I think massage therapists actually stop cancer in its tracks every day by massaging away those little bumps in people's tissue.
Yes.
And they're just old injuries, and you don't think that bumping your head on a door 20 years ago could cause problems, but it can.
That's why you have to rub your body. That's why I love the science of lymphology taught by the International Academy of Lymphology, Dr. Samuel C. West. I love that training that I received from them. It's the foundation to what I do as a lymphologist in teaching people about just rubbing your body. When you lotion your body, when you touch your body, always be rubbing your body. Rub.
Good idea.
Rub your body. Always be rubbing your body. You don't have to just go to a body worker. You can be rubbing your body all the time. And anytime you bump, abuse, or hit yourself, you want to rub that area, and you want to keep rubbing that area. Even when you feel that area is fine, you want to keep rubbing that area. Because boy, did I learn a lesson, Jim. When I fell out in 2014 and hit my 2 front teeth, and I got rid of the inflammation, got rid of the swelling, and I thought everything was fine. And some 14 years later, my teeth started separating.
Wow. That's what happens.
Yeah, and I was rubbing, but I didn't realize I should have went and got those braces to tighten things up when you do that. So you have to pay good attention. Wow.
Now, Dr. K, do you have an alternative to braces for children who are told by their dentist they need to wear braces?
No. Do you, Jim?
I don't. I'd like to find out about it.
Me too. Because that's what I'm working on now. I'm getting ready to do some extensive work because I have to find out what I'm going to do with my separation of my 2 front teeth now. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be checking into it, and maybe I'll get a dentist on, biodentist that we can talk to that can share that information. Thanks for throwing that question out. I appreciate that.
Well, people need to know about biological dentistry because it's very important. They need to know that they have to have their amalgam fillings removed, and that's very tricky, but they're dangerous. They're not good for your health. Jim Turner knows a lot about this, and it's something that we need to stop using mercury amalgams because mercury is very toxic, and biological dentists appreciate that, and they know how to get those amalgams out of your mouth before they cause too many problems.
Too many problems. Jim, is there anything you'd like to share, Mr. Turner?
Well, yes. I would just to mention that we are right now in the middle of a lawsuit against FDA asking for more restrictions on mercury amalgam, and we're negotiating with the FDA to get more information out. They've acknowledged in writing, and we'd like them to adopt it as official FDA policy, that mercury amalgam should not be the first approach to resolving dental carie problems. They think other materials are better. And they also are pointing out that, and this is the FDA, our lawsuit is to have them put this on their website, get it in a patient package insert and so forth. But they're saying, for example, that people with any kind of liver damage at all should not have mercury amalgam. Nobody under 6, no women who are pregnant or could become pregnant. None of these folks should have any mercury in their teeth, according to the FDA. And we'd like to get that information out. The FDA is resisting, and we'll see what happens. It's kind of an interesting lawsuit.
Yes, it's a very valuable, precious work that Jim Turner is doing. It can mean a lot to the health of lots of people. Thank you, Jim, for doing that.
Yes.
Thank you, and we have a whole team working on it, just so you guys know. A bunch of folks.
Wonderful. We're coming up on the hour, but before we leave, I got one question in that asks, can you talk about some of the serious and costly health issues we face today and what alternative approaches can contribute?
Well, yeah, and one of them, there are 3 things that take up a lot of money that don't have to be, that can be greatly improved. And chemotherapy is a disaster. There have to be alternatives, and the FDA has been instrumental in slowing the adoption of alternative approaches to cancer, which has cost millions of lives. And actually, FDA's reach goes around the world. So it's a worldwide catastrophe. Joint replacement, as I mentioned, is a serious problem and can be dealt with by alternative means very successfully. Bodywork techniques and acupuncture and so on. Lots of alternatives to having a joint replaced. And the other big costly process is bypass surgery. And it turns out, and this is a very horrifying state of affairs, but the research has been done in Australia where they're very particular about how they spend their money on health care, and they have found out that bypass surgery is pretty much doesn't help. It's no better than placebo. It's very expensive. It's very dangerous. It leaves people in rather vulnerable condition, and there are alternatives to that kind of surgery. So if you can keep out of the clutches of the bypass surgeon, go for it.
Go for it. I'm telling you. I have a program that I use, a system that I use called the Max Pulse system, and it's for cardiovascular care and looking at the vascular system. And the autonomic system is a wonderful system to use for prevention, to know exactly where you are, how you rank up against your peers, and what you can do alternatively to assist your body with increasing its nitric oxide to stay in the body to help your vascular system vasculate itself much better. And so there's many opportunities out there for us, family and community. You don't have to feel you're stuck in the dark ages of disease care because everyone around you is still stuck. you can unstick yourself. You can have a choice point moment and decide to create a whole new shift in energy and walk down a different path. And if you're in Washington, D.C., you can join us at the conference. Voice for Hope, Healers of Planet Earth presents Health on the Hill, Technology Healing, and Education Fair in conjunction with Hope on the Hill, April 20th, 21st, 22nd, 201 4th Street Southeast. And it's a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And you can go to voiceforhope.org, and all the information is there for you. You can contact Judy at 202-257-2556 if you're interested in being an exhibitor or speaking at this event. And if you would like to be a part of the mobilization that goes up on the Hill, you can contact voiceforhope.org and register there. Mr. Turner, you would like to leave us with?
The natural healing, natural living community has a great deal to offer to getting this country's problems addressed in a constructive way that comes up with new solutions. And I feel really strongly that the innate intelligence of the body helps us heal ourselves, and I believe that the innate intelligence of the body politic can help us heal the country.
Oh, yes. I want to thank you so much for everything that you have done, everything that you are doing. And it's wonderful to be a part of Voice for Hope and being able to share what they're doing and their information. And I'm thankful to you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your support.
Thank you,
and
Mr.
participation.
Thank you. Mr. Oshman, what would you like to leave us with?
Well, this is the biggest problem we face. It's actually a national security issue, is the cost of health care. It's really hurting a lot of people. There are people who are losing their homes because they can't afford to pay for health care that has not been actually successful for them. So they both continue to be ill, and they continue to suffer enormous financial problems. And so that's why it's imperative that everybody get to learn about the alternatives so that they can keep out of those predicaments. And it's recognized that this is a serious problem for our future economy. We are spending enormous amounts of money on drugs that don't help us. Yes. And I've learned that there's a new term I've come across, polypharmacy. And that's people who are on more than one drug. In fact, some people are on 4 drugs or 15 drugs all at the same time, and science does not know what the interactions are. No. We may know that one drug is perhaps somewhat safe and effective, but when you put it together with another one, we don't have any information how they interact, and it's a serious problem.
Right, and people don't realize that, and they find themselves on 4 and 5 medications. I use a program that I assist people with evaluating their pharmaceuticals that they're using and break it down to them in 4 or 5 different ways, and they're amazed when I do this with them and they see it, and they see how they interact and cause more problems. You tell them this and they don't see it, they don't understand it, but when you actually do this program that I have and you take out and I do this with them, then they actually can understand a little bit better and begin to expand their awareness. You know, what I'm looking at is this long-term care, hospice care, and at one time hospice, you knew what was going to happen. Now people can be in hospice for a long time. And so it's a lot going on, and people need to consider about the end-of-life care, how they want things to be, not just while you're living right now, but if you're on medication, something's going to happen down the road. And how are you going to leave planet Earth? How is it going to be for your loved ones? What is going to happen? That's one of the things I faced with my mother transition. A lot of people didn't like my choice and what I did and how I did things. But you have to understand what's going on and how they would treat your loved ones in the end. And we have to be aware. And it's time for everybody to not be afraid, to be aware and expand their awareness and make some tough decisions before that time comes, when it's that time to make those decisions.
Dr. K, I'm sorry for the loss of your mother. I'm sure it was hard to go through, and it looks like you're you've learned a lot from that process, and you're going to share it with others.
Oh, yes. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. I want to thank you all for tuning in to Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K. My special guest, Mr. Jim Oshman, Mr. Jim Turner. We're looking forward to the program. Again, you can visit the website, voiceforhope.org. Mr. Oshman, is there a website that people can visit to?
Yes, mine is energyresearch.us.
Right, energy research.
One word, energyresearch.us.
Yes, all one word. Oh, wow, this has been a fantastic conversation. We've covered a lot of territory, and I do appreciate.
And voiceforhope.org is the other one.
Yeah, voiceforhope.org is the other one. We've covered so much, and I want to thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much, and I'm going to share the information again on next week's show about what's coming up, and I do appreciate you joining us. And again, we're honoring Brother Jamal. I want to thank you for everything you do with Inner Light Radio, the Healing Frequency, for making a platform available so we can do this and share. This rebroadcast of the show will be going up right after the show airs so that people can hear this information. And again, April is Conscious Self Healthcare Awareness Month. Spread the word. Have your clients, your family, your friends take a moment to consider what is keeping them in the dark ages of disease care, and why are you afraid to take conscious self-healthcare actions towards changing things and making your life better. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm looking forward to next week. We'll be talking to Dr. John Bergman, world-renowned chiropractor. Join us next Tuesday.
And be loved. Could you be loved? Oh, now. And be loved. Don't let them fool ya. Or even try to school ya. Oh no. Ooh. We've got the mind of our own, so go to hell if what you're thinking is not right. Love will never leave us alone. And the darkness, it must come out alive.